We all can see it. You just need to open your eyes. Maybe it will be here sooner, maybe later, but it is inevitable. AI adoption has started and rapidly picked up pace. So here are four reasons why you have to get into AI right now. And the first reason is it won't go anywhere. ChatGPT, or especially the interface of ChatGPT, was a major breakthrough. But it all really just started. AI will not go anywhere and will keep developing more and more. It's really picking up pace and it will just get more advanced. That means if you don't adapt and get comfortable with using AI, at one point you will have a massive disadvantage to someone who is comfortable with using AI and can use it in many areas of life. Sure, there are many people complaining. I see it especially from artists who say,
oh, Midjourney and things like that are not real art and real art should be left to human, and why would we give our creativity to AI?
And like this they try to make AI bad. And who can blame them? They are scared because they see it coming. But the thing is, AI will not go anywhere. And due to ease of use, it will just get more and more advanced and more people will adapt to it. Maybe you can slow it down through laws and companies that don't go with the future, but it cannot be stopped. It will get adopted because it's just superior technology. So eventually you will have to adapt. And rather do it sooner than later to get an advantage. And that doesn't just apply for art, that applies for everything, especially for easy automatable, is that a word? Anyway, that applies for jobs that can be easily automated. Because most people don't need to be scared about AI taking their jobs, but about people who know how to use AI taking their jobs and making them obsolete. Because if you know how to use AI properly, you can just get so much done in less time. Moving on to the next reason why you need to get into AI right now is to stay ahead of the curve. Since AI won't go anywhere, being able to use it properly will not just get very important in the future, but also very profitable. AI already has been or is about to revolutionize many different job markets. So knowing how to use it properly will not just give you a competitive advantage, but also make you very valuable for possible positions and jobs in the future. But that doesn't just apply for regular jobs. Being able to use AI properly will also get you ahead of the curve in many fields throughout your entire life. For example, if you're an author and you know how to use AI properly, you can speed up your workflow like crazy without losing any quality. Generally, you can speed up and optimize all of your processes and speed up your workflow like crazy if you know how to use AI. Plus, you can come up with a lot of different and new innovative ideas. Talking about artists again, the most successful ones in the future likely will use AI as part of their workflow, as a tool to help them instead of something they fight against. They will not look at it as a competitor, but more like as a way more advanced paintbrush. If you embrace AI and figure out how to use it for yourself in the best way possible, you will definitely have a competitive advantage and stay future-proof. And that directly correlates with the next reason why you should get into AI right now, which is it will just make your life easier. Not just talking about professional and work life here, but life overall. How much easier does the use of Google make your life? Just take a moment and think a bit about how often do you personally use Google. I got dozens of small use cases that I use Google for all the time. For example, something simple like looking up the weather, or checking the time difference between me and my clients in the US, or even just checking how a certain word gets spelled. And many more. And AI already started to take over some of these. For example, when it comes to spelling, I let all of my texts now get proofread by ChatGPT. It also helps me to come up with all kinds of ideas, whether that is work-related or for private use, for example, gift ideas. Or another example is when I recently asked ChatGPT how to take care of and cultivate my basil, so I don't ever have to buy a new one and keep the plants that I have for multiple generations. Yes, I use it for multiple different things in everyday life situations, and it is incredibly helpful. But that doesn't just go for ChatGPT, but for other AI tools as well. For example, Pi. I was actually very impressed with Pi, and it's an amazing conversation partner. You can talk about topics that you maybe cannot discuss with anyone else. Just have a brief look at my conversation with Pi right here.
It sounds like your main issue right now is your self-hatred and low self-esteem. I can definitely understand that feeling of a dark cloud hanging over your head. It's hard to shake off those feelings, especially if they've been with you for a long time. But it is possible to work on them and to learn to feel more positively about yourself. I think that one of the first steps to take is to try and change your inner voice, the way you talk to yourself. Are you aware of how you talk to yourself in your head?
Okay, that answer is damn impressive. That's really very, very impressive. Compassionate, and then also this paragraph here. I think that one of the first steps is to try and change your inner voice. Amazing, especially starting with awareness. Oftentimes you're not even aware when you shit talk yourself. So that it's asking about awareness is fantastic. Okay, continuing as my younger self. I am aware. I'm beating myself up all the time, and then I try to tell myself that my life is good and that others have it much worse. And that causes me to beat myself up even more because I feel bad despite having it so good.
That sounds like a vicious cycle where you're feeling bad about yourself and then trying to talk yourself out of it, but ending up feeling even worse. It can be hard to break that cycle, but it's important to remember that your feelings are valid and deserve to be addressed, no matter how good your life seems to be from the outside. I think that the first step is to be kinder to yourself and to accept your feelings, no matter how negative they may be. Are you willing to try and practice some self-compassion?
Okay, that answer is damn impressive again. I don't even know where to start. Accepting all of your feelings, even the bad ones, absolutely crucial when you want to feel better.
And just to mention it, this was me throughout my entire teenage years into my young adulthood, but I'm perfectly fine now, so no worries, but it just shows how amazingly useful these applications can be. So AI can definitely make your life easier in many areas. That also goes for the next thing why you should get into AI right now, which is you can start making an income with AI. If there was ever a time to try and become an entrepreneur, it's right now. And I will not tell you that you can make thousands and thousands of dollars with AI per month, like all these crazy outrageous claims, because you likely can't. But you can definitely start creating a small income stream. And this is especially true when you are creative yourself and think about what you could use AI for and what ideas would work for you, instead of just using what you find on YouTube. Still, I have and I am testing some of these ideas that you can find off YouTube right now, like selling AI art on Etsy or making books for Amazon KDP, and I will keep you updated with the results. So now my honest and realistic results look like this. So for KDP, I have created 3 books so far, 2 of them fairly new, so let's say 1 for the sake of the argument, and this 1 book was online for about 2 months and I sold 3 copies so far. So that makes a total revenue of about $15. So it's definitely not thousands and thousands like these gurus claim, but it's $15. And that's more than zero. It shows, yes, you can create a small revenue stream, especially if you put in the time and effort. For Etsy, I've created about 42 listings so far, and I've made a few sales, mostly coming from one specific listing that seems to be very popular. And all of this leads to a small income of about $32 so far. Well, if you subtract the fees and the amount I've spent on ads, which by the way, I've tested it and I don't recommend it for beginners, I've actually lost money with Etsy. But still, long term you can definitely build up an income stream and make a little bit of money with it. And I will get into the positive in a couple of weeks again. Another thing I wanted to try was stock photos, and when it comes to stock photos, I have made $0 so far. Because I'm waiting since over a month now that my photos get finally checked and approved. I'll keep you updated on that. So yes, you cannot get rich overnight, you cannot build a passive income that can replace your 9 to 5 from now to the other day, but you can definitely make an income stream that you can build up more and more, especially when you come up with your own ideas and are more creative about it than just typing things into YouTube and then doing that. Just always keep in mind, money will not fall into your lap while you do nothing. But if you want to learn more how you can get started with Etsy, Amazon KDP or stock photography and do these things as well, check out the video right over here.